Happy holidays, everybody. It is Jer. We are back with the live stream, Your Daily Detroit. Joining me at our studio in Tech Town is none other than the Prince of Brightmoor himself, Norris Howard. How are you?
What's going on, man? Sorry I missed last week, everybody.
People yelled at me.
I'm sorry.
I got smoke for your sick ass.
I was sick, man. I don't know. It happens. This is what happens.
This is the thing that's crazy. Anytime anybody misses an episode,
you get yelled at.
I get yelled at, and they think I stuck you in a trunk like Eminem in that one song.
Kim?
like you,
it's listen, y'all, I was just sick, that's all. This is what happens when you hang out with people who have children.
Those are facts.
Yeah. So to, my family and my friends that have kids, this is y'all's fault. And I'm blaming you.
So you are in fact blaming your family 100%.
Oh, 1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%. They listen, they know. They know. I have no issue blaming my family for everything wrong in my life if it is indeed their fault. If it's not, I won't.
Therapy with Norris.
That's right. That's right. No, I'm joking. I love the fam. I'm really excited for the holidays because I love hanging out with my family. So I'm looking forward to it.
It is, as we're recording this, or as we're taping this, it is unseasonably warm right now.
Listen,
it's like literally almost 50 degrees.
I be trying to tell people, it's over. Like, the planet is done. We're cooked. Like, it is what it is. Like we maybe got 5, maybe 6 generations left. We're done, bro.
So are you just gonna like toast your marshmallows over the AI data center?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Just my methane flavored marshmallows. You know,
You know, when I was growing up, it was Method Man, and our grandkids will have Methane Man.
Methane Man. Yes, like a old Mega Man villain. It's great. This is what it is, man. But yeah, it's super unseasonably warm. Supposed to be 40 something on Christmas. It's ass. I hate it. It's supposed to be cold and snowy, bro.
Right. I don't need it to be like frigid, but that good 20 to 32.
Yeah, just cold enough for it, because you know after you hit like in the teens, it actually just stops snowing. It's too cold to snow.
Yeah,
Like-
and that's sad.
Yeah, that's the shit that like you die when you go outside. Like I don't want that, but 30, 28 to 30, a lot of snow. That'd be
Stina
great.
is in the chat. I'm currently sick because there was a toddler army at my brother's holiday party on Tuesday.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Toddlers should not be allowed outside.
Just keep quarantine or keep them with each other.
Yes, like Lord of the Flies.
Oh my gosh.
You know, like
Spoken like a true not parent.
no, for real, man. Like, listen, okay, we know children need to be socialized and all that, but like, good Lord, like they're just little petri dishes of germs, and they touch everything. And I'll say this, and I'm looking dead in the camera when I say this. All right, if I see you in public and your child, and I mean child, not like a teenager or something, like your child lets out a grown man-sized cough, and you do not tell them to cover their mouth, I'm hitting you in the face. Not the child. I'm hitting you, because that's learned behavior. Okay? I forgot where was I at? Oh, I had to finish up my last little bit of Christmas shopping. So I had to, drive out to Somerset or whatever. And this little kid just in a stroller, parents just walk, little kid just, like, I'm talking about a cough from the pit of hell. And literally the little boy's dad goes like, oh man, big cough. Bro, I literally was just like, I'm not joking. I said, tell him to cover his mouth. I'm not joking, bro. These people have lost all sense.
I was driving by Big Beaver Road, exit 69. The line to the mall was onto the freeway the other day. It was wild. Did you run into that?
Nah, I did the smart thing, which is I went to the mall when the game was on.
Oh.
Yep. So for the first half of the game, I went to the mall. Perfectly, it was not busy at all.
You want to talk about that game for a second?
Nope. Nah, but see, listen, here's why I don't want to talk about it, because a bunch of people gave me shit on social media because I said, listen, I've been telling y'all this for years. Nobody wants to listen to me.
Can I just shout out poor Fletcher Sharp? He has been saying it for
just as long as I have.
possibly because he's been on the show longer than you.
Well, I'm just saying in life, he and I bonded over this, okay? Stop giving your energy to this bum franchise. Like, they have proven nothing to you. Nothing. Dog, everybody wants to cry about the last call of the game, which, listen, okay, it was a blown call. Guess what? You were in the red zone 3 times in the first quarter and walked away with nothing. That's your fault. The officials didn't do nothing about that.
You should never put yourself in the position
To where the
you're
referees got to decide the game.
right.
There you go. It happened this week. It happened last week with the touchdown that wasn't. It happened, what was that? A few weeks ago. Listen, the Lions keep doing this, and I keep trying to tell
And I don't want to
y'all.
hear anything about the injuries because there's actually a lot of parts that are fully there. They're just not good enough. And
Well,
like
the
every
offensive
team,
line is not good enough.
and every team has injuries. That is part of the game, especially now that we've added that extra game in the
Extra
season.
game, yeah.
Every team deals with this.
Well,
And so
listen.
it's how you put it together. And my thing is, I would rather us not make the playoffs to wake up Brad Holmes and get people to cook so there can be some changes. Because what I fear, if we made the playoffs, they'd be like, well, we made the playoffs. Everything's fine. The same stuff that Scott Harris is pulling with the Tigers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now,
Reinforced-
and now Schoolboy is about to be in limbo. That's what's about to happen to the Tigers. And then he's going to walk away a free agent next year. Mark my words. For free. Mark my words.
I'm somebody who's old enough to remember a lot of pitchers going out that door.
Say it
A
again.
lot of pitchers. Was it John Smoltz?
Yep. And Scherzer.
Scherzer back in the Yep. So
That's all I'm saying. But listen, y'all, the Lions, here's the best way to watch the Lions with zero expectations. You should just go in like it's a roller coaster you're going on for the first time. Just put the lap bar on, make sure it's secure, put your hands in the air, and just enjoy the ride. All right? Because anything beyond that, you setting yourself up for failure. Period. I don't let them emotionally control me, none of that. I don't get mad when they lose. I don't get too excited when they win. There it is.
that's hard to hear as a lifelong Lions fan.
I mean,
I guess maybe I'm just in for disappointment.
that's
and
what it
pain.
is. That's what it is. Like, again, okay, I have seen every other team in my lifetime in this city go to the mountaintop outside of the Tigers, but at least I've seen the Tigers go.
I've seen the Tigers.
You've seen the Tigers. I've never seen them with my own eyeballs win the championship, but I've seen them go to the World Series 4-5 times. Like, at least be in the mix. At least show me you committed to being in the mix. And, like, those Leland Tigers were in the mix multiple years, right? So that's all I'm saying.
I miss Jim Leland as a character.
Yeah, just as like a city character.
Sparky Anderson and Jim Leland. I love character managers.
Me too.
And both of them were true characters.
Yeah, if you had to say outside of those two, who would you say are some of your favorite managers? I've always liked Dusty Baker.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is a good manager.
You know, it's a different sport, but I always, way back in the day, Ditka.
Mike
Bears.
Ditka. Yeah.
Mike Ditka.
Yeah. If we're gonna talk about also favorite coaches, Pat Riley.
Fair.
How do you hate Pat Riley? Like,
With the three-peat, didn't he trademark that, or did the LA?
I think LA tried
Yeah.
to, but the point is like, yes, he managed, coached the Lakers, but the point is that he was the smoothest cat, man. He was the smoothest cat. He had the suits, the hair slicked back, man. Pat Riley was the coolest white man on earth for a little bit. Like, for real, he really was.
John Daly.
John Daly, yeah.
I remember that. But yeah, I guess for me, it just so much to me goes back to Sparky and Leland.
Those are two good ones. Good, like you said, big characters, big personalities. But yeah, man, that's why I can't get a Lions time of day, man. Like, I've seen the Pistons win it all 3 times in my lifetime. I've seen the Red Wings win like 5 Stanley Cups.
See, I think about the Tigers, and I grew up around the Tigers in a different era, but still when they were at Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
And baseball used to be a sport. There was a bar across from it called Hoot Robinson's. It's
remember
now the UFO bar.
I remember that.
And like baseball was a sport of like ne'er-do-wells and drunks and colorful characters
Hippies.
and hippies and like playing the game and then like just getting, or maybe even before the game, having a meal, ripping a few drinks,
Baseball-
heading into the ballpark.
Baseball was what football is now.
Oh yeah.
Where not necessarily the hippie element, but it was just like, let us go and be the worst versions of ourselves. That's what football is now, and that's what baseball used to be. It was like, oh, cool, day game, like 1 o'clock pitch, awesome. Let's take the kids. Let's have a day of it. That was wonderful. But like 4:30 pitch, oh no. 4:30 first pitch, no. Everybody there is blue back. Yeah, I remember them days.
I saw an interesting statistic before we get started with the main show. And just so people know, we do our little chat before we do our main show. We're going to have a mailbag episode that we'll
Always
be
great.
recording. Very interesting questions from all of you. Feedback from the episode that Devin did around his picks.
Yeah.
A whole lot more. And if you're new here, Daily Detroit is a daily podcast sharing what to know and where to go in Metro Detroit. We have been doing more than 1,800 audio episodes. Recently, we've been doing video,
Yep.
often with Norris Howard,
Usually.
where I get yelled at if you're not here.
I'm sorry.
People thought I
sorry.
yeeted you into the river or something.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say.
And so what we do is we do the show live. And then if you've got questions in the chat, if you have things you want to talk about, leave them there. We'll get back to it as soon as we can. This episode, we might work it in.
Yeah, we might, because it's
Depending
mailbag.
Because it's mailbag. If
Yeah.
you've got live questions.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Why not? Why not?
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Did you see the article? I shared it on our Patreon member Discord in the New York Times about bourbon sales being off 19%.
There's that.
And all
then,
alcohol off 5%.
And Jim Beam saying they're potentially about to shut down some operations down there in Tennessee.
Yeah. I mean, for the going out around Detroit economy, that's pretty harsh.
I mean, do people really drink bourbon like that?
I mean, people are just drinking less.
I mean, yeah. Here's what we got.
And the thing is, though, is that a lot of these places, and I hate to say it, they stay open because of the margins of booze.
There's that. Also, listen, we gotta be honest, man. Drinking is a terrible habit. It's awful for you. Like it really.
I enjoy it.
And that's fine. And you do whatever you want with your own body.
There's a bottle of old fashioned bottle right over there.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a teetotaler. I recognize that it's not a healthy habit, right? But at the same time, I mean, listen, weed is cheaper and sometimes more fun. Like it just is, right? But here's the problem: is that honestly, and this is my pure opinion, too many of our social rituals revolve around alcohol, and that is why alcohol has been able to dominate the sort of social sphere to begin with. I have liked to see, I've liked seeing people try new things with bars, new concepts, zero proof bars, or, whatever. Listen, bourbon is already an old man's drink, and it always was for the most part. If you're talking about the young people, you want to get them in, man, listen, man, get them some ready-made cocktails, make it cheap, create some good ambiance, and, have a fire social media team, and you'll pack your bar. The problem is you can't just have a bar full of hard liquor no more and then people sustain you. You got to have a reason for people to go.
I was thinking about this a little bit. So the other day, I went to the new Coffee and Bark in Hazel Park.
Nice.
Which is funny because it's right across the street from a place called Corktown Health. And I was like, oh, this is confusing. But cool little corner spot on John R., right around 9 Mile, okay? Coffee. It's also got a dog co-working space. So if you want to co-work with your dog, it's separate away from the food and the drinks.
Hence Bark,
right? But on my way over there, you know what I saw, which I do not see very much of in Metro Detroit? An in-person consumption lounge.
Oh, yeah, cool.
It was called Hot Box.
Yeah, we should have more of that.
And that's what I think about as the gap as far as like going out and doing things, is that there are very few places to actually gather outside of the home.
Third spaces, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, third spaces. Listen, the mall, dead. Outside of one or two per metro area, which is like
Somerset's still going on.
So it's 12 Oaks.
Right.
But who the hell, if you live anywhere south of 696, is about to go really make a social effort to go hang out there?
You know what though? Those massage chairs.
I'm not driving 40 miles.
No, I'm not 40 miles, but if I live near it,
if you live near it, you have your own massage chair in your house.
Do I look like I have massage chair money?
I said if you live in Novi, you have a massage chair.
Oh, fair.
Right? Like if you're in Birmingham, you have a massage chair, sir. That's all I'm saying. But my point is that, okay, Fairlane, dead. Southland, dead. Wonderland Mall turned into a Walmart.
Southgate, life support.
There you go. Wonderland. I said Wonderland.
That's gone.
Yeah, Northland, dead. Yeah, dude, all the malls are gone.
Eastland,
dead. So if you talk about all the social gathering spaces for people below the age of 21, all gone, right? Arcades, dead, right? So now you got to go to bars. Okay, cool. Drinking is so expensive now.
The other night I was out. Okay, I don't mean to throw anybody under the bus, but the other night I was out and I was at a place in Greektown. The minimum drink price was $22. Mm-hmm. I was like, what?
Right.
And I figured it's the holidays I'm going to spend, but the menu was $22 to $60 for a drink.
Bruh, let me tell you something. You should not go broke trying to get blue back. Like, For real. Like that used to be the one thing that you could do if you was broke. Like that used to be the one thing. Like, damn, man, we ain't got no money. What we gonna do this weekend? Shh, bro, I got a bottle of Smirnoff. Let's go up. Like, like you used to, somebody went and bought this, y'all all chipped in, got the $60 bottle of 1800. Like, let's go up. Like that used to be the thing you could do. But now you cannot go out and do that. And then you're not drinking at home because people aren't. When the last time you been to a house party? Like a true blue house party?
I actually have gone to more house parties than anything lately.
I mean, I'm saying so have I, but a lot of people aren't doing the house party thing.
True.
Right? But the bar has become even harder because it's just so expensive. So I think that Gen Z also, and I'm not saying this to blame them, we also have to be very honest about something with Gen Z. In their formative years, where a lot of them were supposed to be getting drunk and messed up and making bad decisions, they were stuck in the house because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that sort of social drinking, rite of passage stuff that is actually quite toxic, and probably we shouldn't do it anyway. They just didn't get to experience it. And so there's no desire to continue it. You know?
A number of people in hospitality tell me that the big push now is towards millennials, Gen X, and older.
Well,
because that's who drinks.
That's who drinks, and we got money to spend, relatively. Yeah. But also, this is what I'm saying. Y'all, I put this in our Discord, and this is what I said. We arcades. That's the move.
Ping pong?
Have a bar off to the side for those who do want to drink. But I'm telling you, you give me a Street Fighter 3 Third Strike cabinet, and I could drink and I could also smoke in there. Bro, you got a regular. You got regular. And I'm not just telling you, get some really nice arcade machines, from all different types of generations, all different types of games. For the old heads, you put some Centipede, some Miss Pac-Man in there, some pinball machines. Man, you have a good old time. Like, think barcade, but you just smoke in there.
I'm interested to see what people think about that.
I'm about to go to barcade as soon as I leave here, just because we had this conversation.
That's not a terrible idea.
It's not. You want to go to barcade?
Let me see if I can do it. Let's
go to barcade.
But you know what else you could do? You could go to City Bird.
That's right.
Or Nest. If you want to get yourself some last minute holiday shopping. They've been generous in sponsoring some of our December content. So I want to make sure to shout them out over there on West Canfield on that beautiful little shopping strip there.
Yeah, right across the street from Jolly Pumpkin and Shinola. Cass and Canfield, that is, in between Cass and Second. So if you want
great dog park near there,
incredible dog park, great places to go get boba and ice cream, so you can make a little weekend outing out of it and get your shopping done over at City Bird and Nest for all your home good needs.
And Bon 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 is across the street.
That's right.
Third Man Records, which we'll mention later in the mailbag.
There you go.
Across the street.
Fantastic.
I'm interested to see what will happen to the traffic jam and Snug Space. I feel like it's time
about that too. Somebody's got to get it, man. But
I don't think it's going to be traffic jam and Snug.
No.
I don't think that. I don't have info, but
no.
I feel like
a lot of work though.
I think that there was enough damage that they're going to have to pull her down.
I think so too. Because last time I went there, like, I'm not joking, it was open, but there was like an open sewer. I'm like, bro, this place, shut it down now. Like, I didn't eat there. Like, we got up and left.
Well, because there was that fire, though.
Well, that was the fire, and then...
Oh, it didn't open, but see, it didn't open again after the fire.
No, I'm saying there was
before the fire.
Before the fire. Before the fire. So, yeah, I think they either going to have to pull it down, or there's going to be so much work that gets put into it. But it should be something. There should be something there.
It makes a lot of sense is, more residential. Maybe some retail on the ground floor.
I don't know if they got enough room.
Be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if they got enough room though, because there's no, that lot back there is not large. The one behind Third Man. That lot is not large enough for residential.
Interesting. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on that. Should we get into the main show?
Let's do it.
All right. As we've said before, and always warn with people, we're going to record our main show. This will air tomorrow, so we'll say our date line is Wednesday. A little bit of housekeeping as well. We are going to be far more limited on the shows until January 5th. We might have something special that we pop in your feeds.
Give Jer a break.
Yeah, I need a little bit of a break. Hit it hard on the 5th. We've got some great interviews that are coming together. We've got great content. I walked through on Threads our top 20 episodes of 2025. Some interesting stuff. So we will record the show. If you've got chat, join us in the chat. I know the producer, Adam, is in there. We'll say hello to folks. We may or may not acknowledge because, we're doing an audio podcast and dropping in the chat, but we'll get into it. All right. Recording audio. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, friends, and welcome to your Daily Detroit, the last official episode for 2025. I am Jer Stays, coming to you from our studio in Techtown. Joining me on a very special mailbag Ask Us Anything episode of Daily Detroit is none other than the Prince of Brightmoor, Norris Howard. How are you?
The West Side has returned. I'm sorry I was sick last week, but I need to let y'all know that I'm so happy here for the last show of 2025. And, very excited to go into the new year full of hope and excitement and all that good stuff.
We need some sort of bat signal to the listeners. Because even if I mention it in the audio show,
Yeah.
I get all kinds of hell. I catch hell if you get sick. And you have every right to get sick. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm a human being.
That happens. But I don't want the smoke like I yeeted you in the river.
So you just hit me up on Instagram. Y'all know where it's at. Yeah, listen, y'all act like y'all. If you miss me, just hit me up on Instagram. I don't care. Whatever. DM me. Just check in. Just be like, dang, you okay, bro?
Did Jared do anything? No.
Nah, Jared didn't do nothing. Jared didn't do nothing. Y'all gross kids did something. That's who did snot and coughing everywhere. That's who did something, getting me sick.
Is that who did it?
Yeah, it was the youth.
Of America or of the Howard family?
All the above. It was everybody. It was a petri dish, a combination of all of it. Just pathogens, just everywhere. It was so disgusting.
But you're back.
I'm back. I'm good.
We have lots of mail to go through.
I'm really excited. Y'all know this is my favorite.
All right. We're going to start out with some questions that are in reaction to our episode with Devin O'Reilly about predictions.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Now, Devin is off doing his thing with family. We really tried to line you all up together, but you were sick.
I got sick, yeah.
We really tried. I know how much people like that. Maybe we'll try that again in the new year for some stuff that we do. But first off, from Rhonda.
What's up, Rhonda?
I saw Jaron Devin's mayo takes on the show last week. I don't need mild or hot. What's your spicy take? So in recap, me and Devin did mild, hot, and spicy takes. Apparently, we also did mayo takes, which I see you. I see you, Rhonda. I hear you. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's true. It's true.
Let me tell you, I guess a spicy take. I don't really think it's all that spicy, but mayo gets a bad rap amongst the African American community. Sometimes mayo is absolutely appropriate, and you should use it. I eat some real gross sandwiches that have mayo and that I don't even want to divulge because when I say them out loud, they're disgusting, but I love the way they taste.
Couldn't you call that aioli? Isn't that the fancy word?
That's the fancy word, but I'm not even talking. I'm talking about regular old Hellman's, right? Like mayo. So no, I don't think there's anything wrong with mayo, but I will say Miracle Whip is superior in every way.
I wholeheartely disagree.
That's incorrect. Miracle Whip is by far the better version.
Miracle Whip?
Nah, Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip.
They need to sell a different version that's got an American flag and a screaming eagle for Miracle Whip.
Yeah, Miracle Whip. It's the best.
Is that in fact your spicy take, or do you have another one?
Actually, maybe that's my spicy take. Is that like instead of being a lame and eating Hellman's, just get some Miracle Whip and it's better. Just makes everything better.
All right. I've edited this one down a little bit. A few different people talked along the same lines with this.
Okay.
But I'm going to highlight Frank. All right,
What's up,
listener Frank. He reflects what a few listeners sent in response to Devin O'Reilly saying Mike Duggan will be the next governor. They think that Donald Trump will no longer be with us before his term ends.
Good Lord.
He specifically predicts that Donald Trump will be redacted in 2026, most likely in late April or May. He's shot calling the spring.
Hey, listen, bro, that sounds like something you need to put on Polymarket or whatever. Like,
Kelshi or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're that strong.
that's a bold claim.
Other people did not have dates.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of feeling out there. There will undoubtedly be a lot of political instability for a couple of months as things shake out at the national level, and then that trickles down to the state and local level. I have no idea who win the GOP nomination for governor, but Frank and many others actually agree with Devin. But when it shakes out, there is a good chance Mike Duggan will be governor. He continues, one big factor that I don't think a lot of people have factored in is the simple fact that starting January 1st, Mike Duggan is the only candidate who can spend 100% of his time campaigning. And this is true, as he had his last press conference on Tuesday
Today?
talking about the larger surplus
Oh, yeah, yesterday, yeah.
that was expected in the city of Detroit. The big question will be, who does Duggan pick as his running mate? My only prediction is that it won't be you or I. Oh, and a third man recording of Daily Detroit would be one of the greatest things ever.
That would be dope. Let's just address that third man. You hear it? The people want it.
Do you think we could get Jack White to give us rights for one episode?
I would
to
love
use
it.
some guitar riffs.
I would love it.
Just one episode.
Just one. I would love it. To answer your question, I have no background on who his potential running mate could be, but I think you are spot on in saying that. I think the chaos nationally lends well to somebody who wants to approach things as a unifier. I think particularly in a state like Michigan, obviously, there's going to be progressive wings and super conservative wings for both parties. But this is a purple state, and I think for most people, and this is outside of my own, personal feelings or whatever, it's just an assessment. Most people tend to fall in the middle of the road in this state. And I think somebody like Mike Duggan is positioning himself to be that person. I think also on top of that, I think you're spot on to say he can spend a lot of time outstate. I think he's got his supporters in Southeast Michigan. The people who are already going to vote for him are already going to vote for him. He's got to spend time in Grand Rapids. He's got to spend time in Traverse City. He's got to spend time in Cadillac, in the UP. He's got to spend some time in, Muskegon and other places like that, particularly the west side of the state. If he could begin to really get some traction on the west side of the state, Holland, places like that, he has a strong chance.
I want to address the first part.
Yeah, sure.
There was a lot of wish casting the last term by the other side.
Yeah.
And so I'm real hesitant. I have learned to let the good Lord do whatever work he's going to do and not question him. And I don't have a comment on when. I just don't think it's wise to pin your hope. I understand the predictions and whatever, but
I just don't even like putting it in the universe.
I don't
like putting it in the universe. But also, ordinary people live for a long time.
Regardless if you agree with him, whether you or not you like him or not, there is no doubt that man is ornery.
Ornery people live for a long time.
You can't tell me he's a happy soul.
No, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. The ornery people are here for so long because their soul has not found peace. And when it does, that's when they can let go and move on. But ornery people be here for a long time. So I don't know. I wouldn't expect nothing.
Feedback as always, dailydetroit@gmail.com. All right, Tyrone, Jer, you totally screwed up the Kamala Harris prediction at the election in 2024. But lately you've been sharp and on point. How has your thinking changed? So I will always admit when I get it wrong. I got that prediction wrong because
most people did.
I thought that at the end of the day that, what we're all seeing now, I just assume people would realize this is where we're going to be.
Yeah.
Right? Because whatever you think of the president or not, he's in the 30s, low 40s of his polling already.
No, nobody likes what's going on.
Right. And people apparently forgot, or they thought the alternative was worse, or they just didn't want a woman president or a black woman president, whatever their feelings were.
Right.
I have changed how I weight information now, Norris Howard.
Okay, hit me with it.
I do not pay attention to anything on social media for anything serious.
You shouldn't.
I got a little too caught in the political bubble. And the reality is that social media is terrible for things that are serious because it shows you what you want to see or what your friends are doing. And I have a number of friends in different spaces, but I also have a lot of people who are very passionate, you know, a lot of pundit people and things like that. And when it comes to serious stuff, I am, I use Instagram for dog rescue videos now and stuff because I can't. Cool. I miss it, and I missed it. And what I've realized is to put my brain on cynical mode and just take my feelings out of it, much like in a previous episode, you talked about your fantasy draft picks, and just saying, okay, what is the real politic of this, and being brutal and not kind of saying, well, come on, people are better than this. No, don't.
No, they're not.
No,
they're not. Here's the thing. I predicted that Kamala would win in the summer, and then we started seeing the rhetoric around Gaza. We started seeing the rhetoric around the DNC. We started seeing the rhetoric around just the entire tone of the campaign shifted. And by the time election day came around, I'm not gonna lie to you, I woke up and I was just like, she's gonna lose. I literally woke up the day of, put hand to heart, I woke up that morning and said she's going to lose. I felt it in the air. And, you know, I think when it comes down to social media, I agree and I disagree. I disagree with the assertion that it should be for nothing serious, because I do think that it is still powerful in the sense of exposing people to information they otherwise would have never encountered.
Bumping into it,
right? Or at bare minimum, seeing a headline of a story that should then force you to go look up more information. The problem is nobody gets to that second step, and that's where I will agree with you.
I think we actually more agree than I think. Yeah. I think I agree with you there, because so much of the stuff that sales is stuff that's one sentence, two sentences, and you can't get any context from it. And lots of people just share it out, and people are on social media, especially in the political space, they're there to show other people how they feel, not how factual the information is. And then when it comes to social media, nobody's making money unless you're being paid by a third party or donations or whatever. So it's not like the platform is directly paying you, especially on places like Instagram. They don't. We know this. You can have millions of views and not make a dollar.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Right? And so you have to think about, when a creator is trying to gin up views and action, who are they doing it for? Why are they doing it? And they should be transparent about that, because it's, you know, people assume that when they see ads and stuff like that the creators are making money, and most times they are not.
No. And listen, I do think that there's some people who truly do it because they want to share the information. They want people to know. But at the end of the day, you got to take it all with a grain of salt. I implore everybody to, when they see something on social media, to further research it.
Lateral reading.
Yeah, lateral reading. Because here's the thing, and I guarantee you, a lot of the people who post that stuff, they've done the lateral reading. Like they've actually done, a lot of these people are really smart, and they've done the lateral reading, and they filter it down to a thing that you can understand. So do the lateral reading, get more information, and then formulate an opinion. There is nothing that appears on social media that I see a post and I take at 100% gospel. No, I will read many stories before I formulate an opinion.
Amy asks, there's been no shortage of troubling news this year. Were there any news or developments that pleasantly surprised you?
Oh, over the whole year? You know what? It wasn't news. I'll say this. It was a video game. It was a video game that restored my love for video games. And I already loved them, but it made me You know how every now and then you see a movie and you go, this is film. This is cinema. This is why I go to the movies, right? It's a game called Expedition 33, and it's a small AA game, medium size studio. Restored my faith in everything I love about video games. The story, incredible. The music, incredible. The gameplay, imaginative, turns a bunch of things on its head and presents a narrative in a way that, I mean, some of the greatest directors in film have not been able to do. So if you are a gamer out there, go play Expedition 33. It's about a 50-hour game, so you got to put some time into it. But it's incredible. Play it. But in terms of news stories, I can't really say too much of anything really surprised me or made me, go like, oh, well, that's so cool. Like, it's just kind of been a really crappy, dour, down year. And listen, that happens.
I have a few thoughts.
Okay.
One, we're here. Like all of the negative of like how things were going to go completely off the rails
Yeah.
are, yes, it has for certain groups, and yes, there are issues, but we are here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Well, we wasn't going to go nowhere. We was going to be here in some capacity. We was going to be here.
Another thing I'll mention is that I am old enough to think about this, and I don't know if you agree with me, Norris. It is kind of amazing that the city of Detroit has a black female mayor who is, I believe, under the age of 40.
Actually, that's a nice story.
And that's
a cool story. That's a story actually that probably should get significantly more attention than it has.
Because this city needs a lot of like forward thinking, and obviously I'm not signing off on everything anyone does. But seeing some of the people in the transition team that I know listen to this show, and seeing people who are like active in things, it gives me some hope that like obviously not everything will get done. That's not how politics works. That's not how government works.
Yeah.
But to see things maybe shake up, and then somebody who had the electoral support of the older generation while they did it is so key.
It's incredible. The coalition she put together is something that I hadn't seen since, I don't know, Mike Duggan. And the fact that she did it in a way that felt so authentic, I think, to native Detroiters, which is a thing that I think people felt kind of raw about with the Duggan administration. I think you get somebody like a Mary Sheffield, who in many ways is a continuation sort of the ethos of the Duggan administration in some ways, but also incredibly authentically Detroit person, like really lives and breathes somebody from here.
I knew that there was a juice there.
Yeah.
That episode that we did, the primary conversation, was one of our top 5 most downloaded episodes.
Yeah.
Because people from all over the country were interested in what she had to say.
Yeah.
And she answered their questions. We talked about transit. We talked about very nerdy things that, frankly, to her credit, a lot of candidates avoided.
Yeah. And,
Not the ones who showed up on the show.
No. Great people, all of them. But I think it is a very interesting and a very unique thing. And I think Detroit, particularly for what it is in the country's consciousness currently, it's a big moment. It's a big moment for her. It's a big moment for us as a city, because if she gets this right, think about what that does to the story of this town. Yeah. So it's a lot of pressure that she chose, but it is an opportunity that I think is going to be really incredible for the city.
Stina has a question.
Sure.
Norris, you specifically mentioned the music for the video game you loved. Do you follow video game music itself at all?
Absolutely. That's actually like my number 2 listen to genre on Spotify in my Wrapped. Like it's incredible because listen, without getting too nerdy into like my music theory stuff, all music, all creative works are derivative. Everybody borrows from something, somewhere, some way. But video game music is very interesting in the sense that it has to lean more on melody because you have to hear it over and over and over again. So that's why it tends to be very catchy and earwormy. That's the older stuff. The newer stuff, you just make songs because you got access to all the technology. But what makes this game good and what makes video game music good is the ability to write specifically to the theme of what is happening on screen. You have to write like good battle music. So what does good battle music sound like? You have to write good sad music because something has happened in the story. You have to write mystery music because you discovered a secret area. Like, video game music can get really deep, and I can go deep into it. There's games that I like almost specifically because the soundtrack is so good.
I have a couple of video game music that I like. Piece of video game music I like a lot. First off, I forget which edition of Civ it was. It started with Baba Yetu.
Oh, that was Civ 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Nothing better to start up a game
Civ
with.
5 is incredible. The sound design in that game is
Loved
insane.
it. Loved it.
So good.
So on the more modern era, right,
yeah,
where you
yeah.
could do, it was a seat that you could do whatever you want, right? In the olden days, and they actually have remastered it really well with a new orchestra, DuckTales.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That,
Oh, the moon theme.
the
From
moon
DuckTales.
theme,
Yeah.
or the Amazon theme.
That's one of the most well-beloved game soundtracks of all time.
It's very good.
It's so I got two, and then we'll move on. But two for that. Number one, the Street Fighter 2 soundtrack is also lauded as one of the best of all time. Also, a lot of people don't know, completely produced by one lady, Yoko Shimomura.
Wow.
One lady. She is a legend in the video game composition world. Gone on to produce stuff for like Final Fantasy years later and all this. Incredible woman, has made some of the most important video game songs of all time. And also Streets of Rage 2, produced by a guy, Yozo Koshiro. It is a house music album. He made a house music album with the same stuff that they made, rolling 808s and 707s. Put it on the Genesis and basically said, I was trying to make Detroit house and German techno and put it in a video game. And he did it.
That's awesome.
I'll have to play some of it for you. It's to this day.
Send me links so I can put them in the show notes.
The game came out in like 91 or 92, I believe, and still sounds incredible.
Let's move forward.
Let's do it.
Claire, in response to our episode about $645 million or so in state cuts, I am so upset at Speaker Hall. As a Michigan transplant, it makes me seriously question what I am even doing here and whether investing in my Detroit home is a money pit-like situation. It's frustrating since there is little the public can do about Speaker Hall. It's not like I voted for him, and he definitely doesn't give two blanks about Detroit. I guess I plan to spend my week leaving him nasty voicemails and contemplating hiring an Etsy witch. All my best to you and my worst to Hall.
First of all, Etsy witch is incredible. Like that's
Yes.
wild. But no,
I don't want to cross her.
No, absolutely not. But I reject the notion that voting is all you can do. There's a myriad of things that you can do, including talking to some of the people that you know that live in his district. Here's the thing that I think that people fail to realize is that they fail to realize that their power extends significantly beyond the borders of where they live. All of us are connected. We've been more connected than we've ever been in the history of mankind. And it is nothing for you to find out if you really just want to get him out the box in terms of politically. Reach out to people in his district. Reach out to people that are close to him and let them know what's happening. Because I assure you, there are a lot of people walking around that have no idea about the $600 million cut that they put through.
Which, by the way, that episode truly broke containment outside
Yeah.
of our little corner of the world.
Yeah.
As far as
because
listens. And
because
was one of our top 5 episodes in such a short time.
Well, because it was unprecedented. It was a thing. Like, here's the thing that's happening right now is that so much stuff is happening with politics. So many things, the big, beautiful bill and ICE and in Iraq and Venezuela or Iran and Venezuela and all this stuff is just happening. It's just deluge of stuff that's just happening. That the moment you do something like wild, it's gonna get picked up.
One of the reasons I highlighted Claire's feedback in specific, because there were a lot of conversations that I had that really appreciated how we covered it, not necessarily all on a partisan basis, but on a what are the long-term implications
That's right.
of governing in this way. And it made people feel, in general, worse about investing in Michigan. And it sent a signal even to other Republicans that I know that the state cannot be trusted. And that is the kind of thing that this governing by just like torching stuff is dangerous. And whether or not you think all the cuts were right or whatever, or the particulars, another thing I got too that made me realize, because this episode broke out of containment, meaning it went to a much larger audience than our normal audience. So many people do not realize the importance of our state government.
No.
A lot of people think that when they're voting for state legislators that they're going to Washington. Like I've talked to people who didn't know that we had like our own
Like a
legislature.
state house and senate.
Right. They didn't know that. Or they thought that many people thought that the governor could just do an executive order like the president.
No.
Which the president can't even do an executive order. I really think in 2026, we need to step back and do some civics on this show.
Not only step back and do civics, but also have people understand what their taxes go to. Like a lot of people didn't even understand, when you guys put the breakdown of like what the cuts were, what it was about, the long-term effects of all this stuff. There were a lot of people that I talked to colloquially, or anecdotally, that just didn't even know that their taxes funded stuff like this.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah.
And it's like people just think that their taxes only fund roads or only fund schools or only fund corporate, relief and construction. No, your taxes fund very, very important programs like
fire trucks in Troy.
The RX kids, like the amount of people that did not know that the state helps subsidize financial hardship programs for expectant mothers who literally cannot afford rent or food or formula on their own. The fact that people did not know that the state helps people with that is insane. And that's a failure on all sides of government to not let it be known that this is something that the government does. But to just cut it wantonly is inhumane. Like, and this is not about partisan politics. To remove assistance from mothers and babies who would otherwise either be on the street or, get sick, whatever, is inhumane. There is no other way to put it, period. It is. So I think that's part of the reason why I went through containment and to the email that we got. Sit in your power and act on it. Recognize the voice and the power that you have. You had enough time to write the email and reach out to us, and clearly it had an effect on us for us to talk about it on the show. So who knows who you could reach out to and affect by sharing that story and sharing what it is that you want out of your government. So, just continue to do that and continue to build your coalition of voters. And that's how you affect change. Because there is no guarantee that he stays in office, and that can only happen through the action of the people.
Yeah, Kalamazoo and Allegan counties,
That's
Southwest
right.
Michigan.
Yeah, Kalamazoo County, man. So, again, that's a big area. So reach out to all your people in Kalamazoo, Portage, Paw Paw. What else is over there? Comstock.
Did you know you can eat pawpaws?
That you took this a place that I didn't expect.
It's a holiday episode.
Yeah, I know.
This one's for you, Norris, from John.
All right. What's up, John?
You're the newest to the show. What is the biggest thing you've learned since you started on the upside and the downside?
I think I'll start with the downside first. I think I did not realize how many of y'all would recognize me on the street.
Is that a downside?
It's an upside and a downside, but no. In all seriousness, for me, it's been almost exclusively upside. The only downside is that hey, okay, I got to take a couple hours out of my Tuesday or Wednesday, but that's not a real negative. It just is what it is. I think on the upside, what I've come to realize is that the show has a community of people and a cast of people that truly care about this region, truly care about this area, and those are the kind of people I want to be around. So it's been almost exclusively upside for me. I think we kind of just talked about a little bit of the downside. I'll be more specific. I think one of the downsides that I've realized is the information gap between the politicos and the people who are into this kind of stuff for a living or into this kind of stuff as a hobby and just the average person. I think that was really disappointing. And it's not anybody's fault specifically, but the information is out there for all of us. And that's part of my job. Part of my job is to make this understandable and palatable for y'all so you could have more information.
This is not your first rodeo.
No.
You've been on public radio here in
Yep.
Detroit.
Yep.
You had an esports radio show franchise.
I've been public and commercial radio.
Public and commercial radio.
Yep.
And you've been around the media world for a while.
Yep.
What is the biggest difference doing Daily Detroit versus that other stuff?
It's freer. It's way freer. Significantly more freeing. You could be significantly more honest. You could be you can get into the weeds a lot more. I think public radios are awesome. I think actually one of the stories that really hurt my heart the most was NPR being defunded, because just the work that NPR and the NPR affiliates across the country do is just so incredible. And commercial radio is something that unless somebody threw like a 7-figure bag at me, I probably wouldn't do again. Just because it's too political, it's too commercialized, it's too many masters. But this is great. And Daily Detroit is awesome. And the fact that I really get to interface with y'all often is the cool part.
Even if it is on the street?
Even if it is on the street. I say that to be funny, but I really don't mind. It actually is really, really refreshing and really awesome. So if y'all see me on the street, just say what up. Like, now if I'm like chilling, eating dinner and my mouth is full, like, give me a minute. But otherwise, yeah, just come say what's up, man. It's incredible and y'all are great.
Last question.
Okay.
Or last thing. BlissFix on YouTube. What happened to the Werner sign that graced Woodward for decades?
I don't know. Didn't it fall over?
I have an answer.
Oh, did somebody take it? Did we steal it?
The best that I can find, BlissFix, is that it was scrapped as it was in pretty terrible condition by the late 1980s. I remember this in my mind's eye, what this looked like, okay?
Yeah.
According to historicdetroit.org, which support, they're wonderful, the neon parts were salvaged in 1986 by Brad Hurtado of Royal Oak. So without the neon parts, which it needed its own air conditioning system, because the neon was so bright and so
bright
hot,
and hot. Yeah.
compared to today where it would be LED.
Wow.
Okay?
Make a new one, Werners.
That would actually be pretty amazing. Now, there is a piece of things around. So on the other side, so the sign was right next to where the Whitney is today.
Yeah.
Because the Werner's bottling plant, the modern plant, was up at the old convention center spot, which is now, I think, the Studio One Apartments.
Okay.
Where Starters is.
Yeah.
That's where the Werner's plant was.
Really?
Yes,
Didn't know
the
that.
modern. So there was the older one down by the riverfront.
Yeah, the old one. I know
and
where
then
the
there's
old
that
one
modern one that was up there. Now, there were a tile side on the other side of the sign. So there was the sign over by the Whitney, and then on the other side, there was a giant gnome on the side of the building, which is very cool. You can find that gnome at Pure Detroit in Midtown. It's their
Really?
display.
That's
It's like a
what that
giant
gnome
display.
is.
Yeah, it's from the old plant.
I didn't know that.
So you still can go enjoy that thing, even though that the sign is
Yeah.
long gone. It would be very cool because this is, I think, in response to one of our predictions around bring back something touristy in Detroit and downtown.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, because that sign was, I've seen pictures of it. I was very small when it was, finally taken down. But yeah, I think it'd be cool. Listen, I am all for downtown Detroit looking like Blade Runner. Like just slap neon and everything everywhere, dude. Like, because I find that strangely comforting.
That we could take some pictures and like do it up for you.
Yeah, I know.
Campus Martius as Blade Runner,
Yeah, oh man, dude.
throwing a little Afrofuturism,
Dude, oh yeah, man.
Parliament Funkadelic flying in.
VO3, man. But anyway, yeah. First of all, man, as we close out the year, I do want to share this and say this with everybody. As we close out the year, Jer, thank you for not just bringing me onto the project, but also allowing me and the rest of the team the latitude to bring stories, discuss stories, talk about this city and this region that we love so much. You worked very hard on this project. So from me and producer Adam and all of the rest of us out here in Metro Detroit, I want to thank you and say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for all the work you do, because without you, this whole thing literally doesn't work. Literally.
You're very kind, Norris, and it's been an honor to work with you all for this year. It's an honor to get to be able to do this. It's an honor to have the conversations we do with our listeners, with our members on Patreon, patreon.com/dailydetroit, for everything. I can't believe I get to do this. I'm very lucky. It's going to be a busy 2026.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot already coming down the pike.
Oh, boy.
And I hope that we can grow and connect and do more things together. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, anything that you celebrate. Share your Festivus grievances. Appreciate you. With that, I'm Jer Stays.
And I'm Norris Howard.
Remember that you are somebody, and we'll see you in 2026.
Thank you.